All right, we're going to briefly review how to determine the charge of an ion. Remember, items in group 1 have one valence electron. If they have one valence electron, are they going to lose one valence electron or gain 7? Well, it takes less energy for them to lose one electron. If they lose one electron, remember electrons are negatively charged. And so if they lose one electron, then they're losing one negatively charged thing. So the elements in group 1 become +1 charged because they've lost one electron. Elements in group 2 have two valence electrons. Are they going to lose two valence electrons or are they going to gain 6? Well, they're going to lose two valence electrons, which means they're going to have a +2 charge because remember, electrons are negative, and when you lose something negative, you become positive. In groups 3 through 12, these either have one or two valence electrons. We will not have the knowledge to predict the number of electrons they have in this course, so we can skip 3 through 12. In group 13, these have three valence electrons. And so are they going to lose 3 electrons or gain 5? Well, it takes less energy for them to lose 3, so these will be positively 3 charged. In group 14, it takes the same amount of energy to gain 4 or to lose 4 electrons. So things in group 14 do not form ions. Everything in group 1, group 2, and group 13 has a positive charge. So these, if you remember, are called cations. So those are our cations. Group 15 has 5 valence electrons. And so is this going to lose 5 or gain 3 electrons? Well, it's going to gain 3, so it's going to have a -3 charge. Group 16, is it going to gain 2 or lose 6? It's going to gain 2, so this has a -2 charge. And lastly, in group 17, is it going to lose 7 or gain 1? It's going to gain 1, so it is a -1 charge. In group 18, these all have a full outer electron shell of 8, except for helium, which only has 2 valence electrons, because 2 is all it takes to fill that first shell in an electron shell. Remember, if it has a negative charge, we call these ions anions. So believe it or not, that word says anion. Just use your imagination, squint really hard. That's what it says. So if we're talking about how to pair these different ions together, let's look, for example, at potassium. Potassium, we can tell, is in group 1. So this has a +1 charge. So there's our +1 charge. If I want to pair that with nitrogen, here's nitrogen. Nitrogen has a -3 charge. That means in order to make these charges even or equal 0, I would need 3 potassiums and only 1 nitrogen. So the chemical formula would be K3N1. Let's try another one. Let's try beryllium and nitrogen. Beryllium has a +2 charge, and nitrogen, like we said, has a -3 charge. Well, in order to get these equal, the lowest common factor of these is 6. So in order to do this compound, I would have beryllium 3, because 3 times +2 is +6. And I would have nitrogen 2, because 2 times -3 is -6. And +6 and -6 cancel out and give us an overall charge of 0. Hopefully this makes sense and clears up any miscommunications.